Shadows whisper when the lights go dim. Cold breath crawling on my skin. Voices echo from the other side. Is it real or just my mind? Things paranormal talks in the dark. Secrets buried leave a burning mark. We interview the dead, we debate the unknown. Chasing shadows where the seeds are sown. Fingers tapping on a Ouija board. Broken silence like a shattered chord. Eerie hums in the dead of night. Is it true?
Hello.
Hey.
You're still in the vibe.
I still like the intro, so I want to thank you again for doing this and making it possible. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Well, we have an interesting guest tonight.
Oh, yes, we do.
We know him from a few years back, connecting to things paranormal. And I share a few things with him. We are both loving abandoned buildings, the paranormal, but the most funny thing, we share the same birthday. Who are we talking about?
We are talking about Ricky Hellard.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? That intro
Hello.
was great. I liked it.
Yes.
Yeah, I made it myself. I'm
Awesome.
very proud of it.
It's very
Yeah,
good.
you should be. You should be. It's so fun. And there's one part we swapped our glasses,
Yeah.
and it's in
You
in
said
the
like this.
countdown as well. Yeah. It took the people who were in our podcast a few minutes before they realized we had our glasses the wrong way up. So I will. Let's see. We have comments already. Yes.
Hello, Noreen.
Hey, no, Noreen. Nice for you to drop in as well. But we're going to talk about our dude, bro.
Yeah, yep,
Ricky Hellard.
yep.
If
If anybody's got any questions, drop them in the comments. Be shy, say hi,
Yes.
and don't bite. So
Absolutely. But for our Spotify listeners, our first question is every week. Tell them who you are and what you do.
cool. So my name is Ricky Hellard. I'm a paranormal investigator based in the United States, out west currently in California. And I've been a paranormal investigator for over 20 years. I think it's actually 21 years now. I didn't find the paranormal. The paranormal found me at a very young age. And it was around 13 years old when I had my life-changing experience, when I knew for a fact that I had seen something I can't explain. It's no longer like me processing my thoughts like, oh, am I losing my mind? Or, am I just hearing things? No, I actually saw a full-bodied apparition, and it's a very special place to me. To this day, it's Chickamauga Battlefield during the American Civil War, 1861 through 1865 was duration. And it was actually one of the most key battles for the war. It's crazy. I ended up seeing the more I think about it, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. I think I saw the apparition of the General Longstreet. And the thing is, it's like he didn't even die there. So, but he had such a pivotal play in that battle. So I'm thinking maybe, he just pops in and out, but it was definitely intelligent. So it started as I came out of the bathroom. I'm at this age, I was terrified of the paranormal. I didn't want to think about ghosts. I didn't want to see ghosts. I didn't want anything to do with them because I was terrified. I'm not scared to admit that. And I walk out of the bathroom. I'm a Civil War history buff. I was excited. I was like, holy crap, I get to go geek out. And I walk, and there's these double doors that open up. Here comes a group of tourists, and right behind them is a Confederate field officer. You could see he had his officer's hat, the tassels, the insignias. They were yellow piping down his sleeves. You could see his rank on his shoulder. Long brushy beard, big brown eyes, and he had his boots, his cavalry boots. he was solid but transparent. I could see all the colors like a normal human being. Everything from the color of his skin, everything. It's just so detailed, but I could see right through him. So we lock eyes, and he kind of winks, tips his hat, smiles, and then walks off. So I'm like, at that point, I just froze up. I'm like, holy shit. Excuse my language, but it's just like, did I just see a ghost? So I took off after it. Now, I was terrified of the paranormal at this point. This is what I tell everybody, like, before they experience it. It's like, when it happens, it can possibly startle you, but when it happens, you're more intrigued than anything. So I immediately went to check out where it went, and it went into this corridor that has, it was double-sided, the gun collection. There's two sides of guns throughout the wall, but there's a solid wall. The only way in is out is the way you came in. There was nobody in. Yeah, so that's what got me started in the paranormal. And ever since the age of 13, I started diving, into the books, just researching it before I even got into the field. And it was around my high school age is when my ex-brother-in-law and my sister decided, hey, we're going to try to scare the shit out of Ricky. We're going to take him to a cemetery and we're going to make him, mess himself. But leading up to this, we were watching Ghost Hunters and all the, those were my heroes. Taps family, the whole entire Taps. They were inspirational. They made me want to do it. And so my ex-brother-in-law and my sister take me out. I'll never forget the night. We load up in the van. We had our little digital voice recorder, and we're driving to the cemetery, and the moon is blood red. I'll never forget it. And that night, we ended up capturing like 17 EVPs of people that were not in that cemetery with us. And they were more scared upon reviewing it than I was, because we heard the voice, man. I had an adrenaline dump, and it lit a fire. And we started a team back then called Encounters. And the rest is history. Fast forward now to 2025, and I'm still doing what I love. So been all over the place. I've been a volunteer at 2 really incredibly haunted locations. So I'm gonna give them a shout out real quick. Shout out to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. It's Pittsburgh with the G, not an H. Everyone's like, oh, is it in, Pennsylvania? Nope, this is in Tennessee. It's 30 minutes from Chattanooga. It's really close to Alabama side. That is a building that proved to me that there's something going on after death. And also the incredible Bell Mansion, which is unfortunately on its last leg for paranormal investigation. So that's going to end here in January. The building was sold or did at the end of December. So if you get a chance to go check out the Bell Mansion, Fort Wayne, Indiana, go do it. Tell them I sent you. They'll know exactly who I am. So enjoy that amazing location while you can. But yeah, that's where I'm at now.
A lot about those locations. You as well, Shane.
Yeah, definitely. And I wish I could go to the Bell Mansion one time, but I don't think I will have the money to go over to America.
Yeah, it's so sad because the new owner he's getting rid of the paranormal completely. We're trying to tell him this, you need to keep this open. And the history in that building, original woodwork from 1893. I mean, it was a funeral home from 1926 all the way to 2018. It's about 91 years roughly in operation. But before that, it was built by the Bells and Robert and Clara. Clara was an artist in the Fort Wayne area. She helped found the current Fort Wayne Arts Museum, stuff like that. And Robert was not only a lawyer, he was real heavy in politics, but he was also an advocate for natural gas. So that's the reason why Fort Wayne, and not only Fort Wayne, but Chicago has natural gas to this day. So there's a lot of like staples in the history in that time that needs to be preserved. And I just hope the new owner takes that serious and understands.
I hope so too.
Yep.
But
because the spirits will talk. The spirits will talk.
Maybe
they're already starting.
Because of the spirits. Maybe because of the spirits, he will open it up again.
Yeah, I'm hoping, and I don't wish them ill will, but I'm hoping he has an experience to, to understand that, hey, man, this is more than just a building. It really is. I mean, the place is a paranormal funhouse. It's completely built in Indiana limestone, which is also limestone is a natural conductor for paranormal activity. Definitely, it's very kind of hit or miss sometimes with the activity, but when it's on, it's on. It's crazy.
Definitely,
it is.
Yep.
Did you have any interesting experiences in the Bell Mansion?
Oh yeah, and the Bell. There's been quite a few. I think my most memorable one was when I was a friend of mine had an event there, and we were waiting for two people to come downstairs. And at the time, we did not know they left. This is where it gets crazy. So all of a sudden, we hear somebody just walking. I mean, it sounded like hard sole shoes on hardwood floor. And we're just sitting there, and we're like, what the? Are they still up there? Let's go up and try to find them. So he goes upstairs. I go down through the basement, come back around, just to do a quick sweep. And lo and behold, the two people we were looking for had left like an hour or two before that. They just didn't say anything. So that, I think, the most crazy thing that ever like startled me while I was investigating. Well, it wasn't even investigating. I was going up to the crew room to get batteries for the group that we had coming in, because they needed batteries for a piece of equipment they wanted to use that was ours. And I go up and something comes charging at me down the stairs.
Ooh.
You could just hear it. I don't know if it was charging at me, but that's what it sounded like. Down the stairs. And I jumped. I was like, I jumped right into the curtain. I was like, what was that? But yeah, old South Pittsburgh Hospital, that place. Oh, I have so many experiences there.
We want to hear it.
Yeah. So we'll start with the first time I ever went to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. I was part of a local team in Georgia, and this is the first time I ever heard about the building. It was an old abandoned hospital. We had 5 days in this location before Ronnie owned it, and this place was just falling apart. And I want to applaud Ronnie and his hardworking crew for just preserving it to what it is today. It is so much better. This place had black mold. It was falling apart. Like it was sad. So we pull up to this place, and since the second I walk in, I started having activity happen. I started feeling things, hearing things, smelling things. But it's after we had an incident happen. One of the founder had to run back home real quick, 4 hours to get her insulin. She left her insulin. So her husband and her friend went, and then they were going to turn around and drive back. So they did that. But during that time, we're sitting here, and I'll never forget the doors slamming upstairs. That's one of the biggest claims. I've caught audio of this door. I've not caught it on video, but we've caught audio on video of this door slamming before, recently. But before that, I was just like, okay, that was weird. Like, there's nobody in this damn building. So we went up 3rd floor. We scoped the place out. There was no sign of trespassing or anything. So that was the first thing. Then it happened a few more times. I was just like, I'm not going up there by myself. It's already like 3 o'clock in the morning. My friend's asleep. I'm in a building I don't know nothing about. No, I'm good. So I end up eventually dozing off to sleep. And I was woke at like 6:30 in the morning, 6:30, to people in the hallway, walking, talking, chattering. It's like, oh, they're back. I'll go out and say, hi to them and, see how they're driving, make sure everything's good. I open the door, and the hallway is pitch black. There is nobody out there. And I'm just sitting here like, what the hell? So I grab my voice recorder, and I start standing in the hallway. And before I could hit record, a woman walks around the corner. You could hear the heels. Click, 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 click. Right up to me. And I'm like, whoa, but it was too late. At that point, it had already happened. I left a voice recorder that a few nights later, for like 12 hours, we ended up capturing somebody screaming. And there was nobody screaming in the hospital. The day before we left was the most profound experience. I was standing at the nurse's station. There's an elevator. There was a story that was going around. So the elevator had been already, the cables are cut. All the power does not run. There's a story that a gentleman who is a doctor passed away in the elevator due to a heart attack. He did have a heart attack there, but he did not pass away at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. We found that out. But we're standing there. Well, I'm standing there and by myself completely. Middle of the daytime. I'm looking out the window that's over there doing an EVP session. I just have the urge to look around. So I look around. I'm right out of the elevator shaft. This black mass forms, comes out, goes down the hallway and hangs a left and goes down to the Tri-City ER area. Just super speed. And I was like, whoa. I got goosebumps thinking about it. So fast forward, we get ready to go out for dinner that night. We were locking the hospital down. The elevator bell dinged.
Oh my god.
It went ding, and everyone's like, we got to make sure this isn't Facebook. I was like, that's not Facebook. Facebook, patink. This was ding. It's a very, very distinct sound that elevator makes.
Yeah.
There's no power. There's nothing like that. So, I don't know if I have it on here. I don't. I have to. It's on my old computer. But I ended up. It was 2022, Halloween of 2022, bright and sunny day out. I ended up. I was in the crew room doing some stuff, and I had my voice recorder playing out. This is when I was still a volunteer there, and I ended up capturing 1 minute and 36 seconds of what appears to be an old style gurney being rolled down. The audio of it. Being rolled down the hallway, you can hear footsteps, you can hear whispering, you can hear the gears like click, 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 click. And I remember going back after capturing this, like, what the hell? Looked at the cameras. There's nothing in the hallway. This is on Halloween. I think it was that same trip earlier, before that happened, before Halloween. I was in the crew room doing something, and I was taking like a brief nap because I was exhausted. It was just, I just did a lot that day, and I was sitting in the chair. I started kind of dozing off. I was still completely coherent, and I hear the intercom system get paging Dr. Taylor to the ER. Dr. Taylor is one of the doctors that founded Tri-City Clinic, and I'm like, okay, I'm losing my damn mind. I'm just gonna sit here, get back. I'm not going to sleep. So I turn our crew room TV on. I start scrolling through the TV, and then all of a sudden, paging Dr. Taylor to the ER happened again. I'm the only one in the hospital at this point. Nobody else was there. Everybody was out doing something. And I'm just like, whoa. So it's just simple things like that. The most crazy experience, like during a public, was me and my friend Billy, Billy Wilson. I want to get his name right. Billy Sims, sorry. No, I call him Billy Wilson because he reminds me of ZZ Top. Anyway, me and Billy, we were investigating at the nurse's station, and he said something. He's like, if you're here, I need you to knock. And I'm sitting kind of like I am, but I'm on the ground. My back's against the wall, and you hear knock, knock, like on my back. And I jump up. I'm like, something just knocked. So I told him, go into the room, because the rooms, they all share a bathroom. So they have 2 doors. He went this way. I went this way. We met up in the middle. There was nobody in that room. And so we started investigating again. He's like, okay, if that was you, can you do it again? And there's like the split off in the hallway where there's 2 double doors. Something goes up to the double doors and knocked twice.
Oh my goodness.
It was just crazy. It's just stuff like that. I'll never forget that place. That's where you take a skeptic. We ended up capturing somebody dry heaving up on the 3rd floor, and every time you would centralize it to a location, it'd appear down the other side of the hallway.
Oh my god, man!
It was the weirdest thing. It wasn't an animal. We spent days trying to figure out what the hell it was. We have no explanation, and if you listen to the audio, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yep, you can just hear the regurgitation. It's so bizarre.
I need to save up some money.
Yeah, it's worth it, and it's super cheap. It's not even $600 you get the place. And during the summer they do right now they're doing like half off. So it's like $400 to rent the whole place out for like almost 12 hours, I think. It's crazy.
That is nice.
Yeah. And it's just one of those locations. That's where you take a skeptic if you want them to experience something like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or give them a jump scare.
Oh yeah. I can do that anywhere though. I got some clips. Poor Brittany.
I know.
It's so funny. She's tried so hard to scare me in the past, and she thinks she's gonna get me. Like, we're at Poatstown. I knew what she was doing. She was around the corner. I'm like, she's about to try to jump scare me. So she pops out, oh boo. It's like she's like, damn it, I can't get you. It's like, nope. I'm always one step ahead.
Love it. That's when you get the most reactions from the spirits.
Oh yeah, stop investigating. Just explore the building. Explore the building. Let them come to you and have a general conversation with them. Like when you go to places like Waverly Hills and stuff, like these poor spirits, they're asked the same question every damn night. Of course, they're gonna get tired of that shit. Like they don't want to be. They're not circus acts. These were people.
No.
These were living people. Like we are one day.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
just have a general conversation with them. You get good results.
Absolutely. And talking about Waverly Hills,
Yeah, yeah.
you prepared a small clip.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got some
for
clips.
us.
So I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna mute my mic so I can hear. I think I got captions generated, so just listen for it. I kind of slow it down. This first one, this is an EVP, so this was back when I was actually part of things. Me, Jeremy, we and the rest of the team. We had Brian and Rochelle join us from Riverbend Paranormal, and at the time they were filming with Ghost Hunters on A&E. So this was during our investigation, and this at the time was me and my friend Bart Costi. We were walking down through the second floor area, kind of where you're going to see in this picture where I captured this EVP. And this is right as COVID hit. We were the first team once they opened back up, this shortly right after COVID hit. So they kind of opened it back up with social distancing. We were the first team let back in. So we get this intelligent EVP coming through as me and Bart are we're not even investigating. We're just trying to reminisce and try to imagine what's going on, you know, what was going on with the, you know, back in the time, how things looked, you know, how it would have been. And we get this EVP that comes in and it says, you're on camera. You're off camera. You're off camera. So it's like, that's intelligent because it's like, we're not carrying cameras around. Waverly Hills, people are constantly carrying cameras around. So let's try this out real quick. I think you have to, you have to put it up on the screen, I think. Yeah. Is it? All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Saying you're off camera. And here is a couple clips of it, you know, by itself and slowed down. Is everybody able to hear that?
That was loud and clear.
Yeah. You're off camera. And I heard that as it happened with my own ears. And the thing is, I'm deaf and high pitched. So I wear hearing aids. At the time, I did not have hearing aids. I was completely almost like 73% deaf.
Wow.
I'm clairaudient. I hear stuff like this all the time. It happens. So that was
that's cool. That's really
Yeah.
cool. An EVP like that.
I think there's some more on here. This one requires headphones, I think. No, this is the full sentence. So as this happens, you're gonna hear me kind of interact with. I get really quiet after the initial EVP happens because I'm trying to see if my teammates say anything, but turns out it wasn't them. Video will explain itself. So let's jump into that.
Yeah, I don't think it really, I mean, they had some stuff off the wall, but I think I wanted us kind of right through here last.
Do what?
The haunted house ended through here last.
Did you say something like this? You kidding? Nobody whispered?
No.
Something just straight up said something after you. I thought it was Cody.
That's why I said you should.
It's almost like it was interacting with the conversation.
Yeah.
I think it was remembering those two because this was my first time at Waverly Hills from last summer. Like here last summer. Like it remembered who they were.
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, Waverly does not disappoint. Let's see what else I have up here. I'm not sure what this one is. Hold on 1 second.
You say one of our names?
Oh, this is the one. Okay, so this one you're going to hear Chris ask a question. He goes, can you say one of our names? And you're going to hear a man. And this, I'll never forget this happening. It sounded like he was in the room with us. So I'll play that for everybody real quick.
Do you know our names? Can you say one of our names?
Did somebody just say something to you?
This one's kind of hard to hear. You got to have the headphones for that one because it's pretty faint. But as it happened in the moment, it literally sounded like a man saying no in the room with us. Like there was somebody actually in the room with us.
I muted myself. I didn't even notice it anymore. It didn't even sound like no. It sounded like nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like some dudes didn't want anything to do with what was
like,
going on.
nope.
Nope. Yeah. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, the intelligence of these spirits. That's the crazy thing. Like
Definitely, yeah. It's an amazing
It is
place as well.
interesting.
Yeah.
Now I have
I'll
an
get some
interesting
numbers.
question.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll get some other stuff lined
We
up.
talked to Adam Kimmel about the different kind of hauntings.
Mhm.
In your belief, Waverly Hills, domestic hauntings or foreign hauntings or both?
To me, it's one of those locations that I don't know. That's the thing. I've had nothing but intelligent interactions there. Are these actual spirits from Waverly? I don't know. But I would like to say they are because of the trauma and stuff that happens there. But that's just like here and the place I'm at. I was sitting on the couch one night recently and I saw a shadow move and the cat's looking right at the same damn thing I'm looking at. Like it's hard to tell how the spiritual world works.
Yeah.
That's why I like to investigate it because you never know. Are these
It's a
spirits?
riddle.
Are these actual aliens that we're talking to? You know, you don't know. That's
You never know. You never know.
yep.
Exactly.
I always just keep an open mind. That's the number one thing that I always do.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, you come in contact with residual hauntings and footsteps, the gurney, that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
the intelligent reactions, oh my God, I start shouting if we have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the intelligent part is just absolutely amazing. It's because it's like, especially when you know that. Oh shoot! 1 second. I got blown out of here. Hold on. I forgot that this was on. I hate when I open up TikTok because I got some funny stuff I'll share with everybody. But I hate when I open it up on the desktop and it just boom. It's
yeah. Yep.
Let's see
it
what
is.
you can pull from TikTok. That's where
the
the
same
funny
thing.
stuff is.
It's the same thing when you have your phone sound on and you're in public and you say, "Oh, it's
Oh
a
yeah.
video."
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yep.
Yes. Or you have to be quiet and someone is calling you. And I have this disgusting ring tunes on my telephone. So the Swedish chef and all that kind of stuff. And Halloween, but also Donald Duck. And you have to be quiet and you hear my phone all over the place. Yeah.
Trying to find this one video. This was actually from Indiana State Sanatorium. We ended up capturing a disembodied voice in the tunnels. Where is it? That's another really cool place. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. Yep. Bam. All right. I'll share the screen. So this was actually being done during the daytime. We decided to go to Indiana State Sanatorium to a day room. Can't beat it. $25 for 6 hours. It's a big enough location to where people, you don't run into a lot of people. So me and Brittany actually were doing Estes at this time. And she was under, and I end up hearing this voice. But at the time, it didn't sound like it was saying, hey. It sounded like it said 2 syllables. But can everybody see that?
I'm adding it to the stage now. I see you.
Cool. All right, I'm going to hit play. I'm going to play it back for you. Everybody got audio?
We're going to set
Yes.
the recorder up right here. We're walking around at the edge.
one. So we get towards the end. It's right after I asked, what did I ask? I can't remember. I was like,
I don't remember what you said. You asked something, and then
I asked a question.
that's why did you not have people down here or something like that?
Oh. There it was.
Can you tell me how many people just walked down here that weren't being heard?
Hey,
Can you hear that?
You just whispered?
That was very, very clear again.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. It was. It's just like I got so excited too because I knew for a fact, bam, a disembodied voice just happened right between us. What the hell is going on? Like,
That is amazing.
Yeah, these are the most propounding evidence.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm hooked.
Let's see what I can
Oh, yeah.
find. What do I have? Oh, here's a spirit counting the number of fingers that I have on my person. I'll go ahead and play it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Is there a little girl with us?
If the spirits in this room can see behind my back here, how many fingers am I holding up?
2. That's a lot.
How many fingers?
Heard 1. Heard 1. And 4. You heard 4.
Whoa. Yeah. It's like 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cussing too. It was saying some pretty obscene stuff. That's what those
Yes.
beeps were. Yeah.
Good. I don't have to beep them out.
Yeah.
We forgot the guidelines so many times.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got banned for saying the word fart. I'm not even kidding you. We got kicked off air for saying fart.
Oh my goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
Yeah, we have a new trick. If we want to curse, we
Annie came.
Do what?
She puts herself on mute and starts cursing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you only see the face. It's funny as hell.
Yeah. This one's pretty cool. This is actually captured at the Monroe House. This is right after we just wrapped up Estes up here up there on the second floor, and you're gonna hear somebody whistling. It's a man whistling, and it's strange. You'll hear it. You should hear it loud and clear. Here we go.
Back through. Hi, GFPRS. Annie came back through. Said hi. I said, "Do you want to play hide and seek?" Did you just hear
Yes.
whistling? Was that Tyler?
Tyler, was that you? It turns out it wasn't Tyler. This place is popping with disembodied voices and sounds tonight.
That was very cool. Very cool.
And that's actually
Yeah.
a claim there at the Monroe House. It's whistling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
So-
like somebody walking by.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just and they're natural. It could have been residual. It could have, but
Yeah.
to capture that, you could see me react to it too. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's walking around just whistling like that? Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's amazing.
Then we have. This is actually one of the coolest things. So. This is one of my favorite recent investigations. My good buddy Brandon Alvis just opened up a place in Perryville, Kentucky called the J.J. Polk House. It was a Confederate Civil War field hospital. It aided both Union and Confederate soldiers. And this is actually during the time where I'm filming Craig's interview. He's telling us the legend of Sam, who is a spirit who they believe they have intelligent interactions with. And it proves its point. Brandon had just mounted some lights that were in this cabinet. And you have to press really, really hard. They super glue to pretty much super glued to the cabinet. And fresh that day, there's no reason why this thing fell. Now check this out. This is where it gets kind of crazy.
People of Perryville is about a Civil War soldier named Sam. And
What the fuck? Dude, I turned it just in time. Dude, something just literally fell. Dude, something literally, I saw it in the corner of my eye. It was up top.
It was this light.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Explain what just happened.
Well, what just happened was, as I was talking about Sam and leading up to my own personal paranormal experiences since being in Perryville and spending some time here, a light fixture that had been installed overhead of this cabinet cracked.
Yep.
The music, is it added or is it the music box?
Yeah, that was me. I edited that in there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That I pulled that from the actual edit. That was all raw in the moment too. Like we all reacted. Brandon gets up. He's like, "What the hell?" Like, yeah, that was an
I
experience.
actually saw it on Brandon's feed.
Yeah.
That small part of clip where things fell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
And
lovely.
the crazy thing is, that same area that night, we were oh god, I get goosebumps. Brandon was so glad that I saw what he saw. So behind me, I kind of look behind me like this. At the same time he sees it, an apparition of a soldier walked from that cabinet through the next wall, and we both saw it.
Wow.
So we really think, I personally, based on just those experiences, I think the spirit of Sam, who was a cavalry soldier that ended up unfortunately being killed in Perryville, haunts that location. It's crazy.
That's what I was thinking because of the fact that he was talking about it, and then all of a sudden something
yeah.
fell.
And it was doing that way before too. We started talking about Sam like during the first initial part. We had Brandon's special device, and it was just firing on all cylinders. It was insane. Every time we talked about Sam.
Yeah, it has to be done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's incredible.
That is amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is there any evidence of, or no, not evidence? Is there any building where you literally like, okay, I'm going the hell out of here?
Yes, there was actually one location in Indiana. Jeremy can tell you about this. He was there that night. We were at the Davies house, and I don't know. I just felt weird the whole time we were investigating there. There was one point I'm sitting there at the dining room table, and I look up and I say, "Shit's about to hit the fan." And we kind of let it go. And then there was at one point where I had to get the hell out of the house. Something forced me out of that house. It was like, it was almost oppression. Like that's what I was feeling. I had a full-blown panic attack. I could not go. And then I'll never forget it. I rode home with Jeremy that night. I'm pretty sure he remembers this. I was in a state of almost like a coma. I kept falling asleep. And that lasted until we hit Fort Wayne. Once we hit the Fort Wayne line, I snapped out of it and I was wide awake.
So I couldn't leave region.
Yeah, I lost track of time. I think we had Misty on the phone, or somebody was talking, or it was Kat. I can't remember who it was, but there was a female trying to talk me through something, and I vaguely remember it. And next thing I know, bam! As soon as we hit the Fort Wayne line, it's like something got literally pulled out of me. It's the weirdest thing.
Wow.
That's the only time that I ever had that experience like that. And then what happened to me in Georgia, where somebody ended up bringing a Ouija board into a jail with bad intentions, and ended up stirring something up. It ended up attaching itself to me, following me home. I had to kick it out of the house, and ended up going back the following weekend after I kept having these weird dreams of this guy screaming, don't ever come back. It was so weird. It was just like the inmate was just like telling me not to come back. And I went against my gut. I'm like, I'm crazy. That's just me being scared, basically, subconsciously being afraid of something. Went back against my will, against my gut. That night we ended up having, I ran my EM pump. It ended up charging the sheriff's quarter to where the K2 was solid red. And at that point, shit started happening in the jail. And I'll never forget it. So I went back to the sheriff's quarters for something. I can't remember what it was, but when I walked in, I heard a man just scream my name, Ricky. And I'm like, what? Like, who's yelling at me? Like, what the hell? So I walk in. I'm like, dude, what? And there's nobody there. Everybody was actually in the jail. So my friend Leon, who's a priest, thank God we had him there that night. No, let's go back. I skipped the spot. So we were up. We originally, that's why I was in the sheriff's quarters. We were investigating in the jail. I ended up having something scratch me on my back. It didn't feel like a scratch. It was like a, icy hot, the burn from icy hot.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to the sheriff's quarters to check it out. And that's when I heard the man scream my name. So I go in the bathroom, I lift up my shirt, and there's 3 scratch marks. So my friend Leon comes in, he had his anointing oil, whatever that is, did his thing. He's like, if this was truly demonic, he put the holy water on it. It'll go away in 30 minutes. No shit. 30 minutes later, it was gone. So then, he was in there trying to bind whatever it was to that cell. And I'll never forget it. It was like a freaking frag grenade went off in the middle of the damn cell. It just went boom, like an explosion. It cracked the foundation. This is a 15-ton cage.
Wow.
So that was my first and only, hopefully, knock on wood, run in with something dark.
I hope for your sake it was the last time,
Yep.
last time.
Yeah, they closed that place down
Afraid?
immediately after that.
Okay.
The
Oh,
next
seriously?
day they closed it down. And then the crazy part is this guy that was with us, Tim, his brother ended up passing away a week later. The same day I broke my foot at a football practice. I was playing minor league football. Yeah. Yep. Same exact day.
That is weird.
Yep. And
Yeah.
it took me years to get over that. I had so much trauma from that experience.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Something similar we heard a few weeks back. One
In
person
England.
in England broke his
Yeah.
foot, and the other one her wrist or arm on the same day, same spot.
Wow.
After encountering something dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I ended up having a plate and 7 screws put in, and they had to do a bone graft.
Ouch.
And it was a fluke accident, because I had perfect form with my blocking and everything, and my foot just went. I'll never forget it. I went down. I couldn't move it.
Ouch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Completely
That is
tore the
pretty painful.
meniscus. Yeah, it was gross.
Oh, man.
Wow.
No more soccer after that.
No, I was playing American football.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of contact, and I don't know why I decided it was a bunch of my friends from high school that we used to play football together. So I was like, we'll do it one more time, get the old squad back together. And then, that happens. It's just like, nope, I should have just stuck with my paintball and skateboarding. I regret it every damn day. It took me 3 years to heal from that. Get perfect strength back in my foot.
If it has something to do with the dark thing that you encountered, it has nothing to do with the football. It could have been on skateboard.
Yeah, it could have been anything. I'm just glad that it's something that could heal and not what happened to that poor dude's brother. That is so sad.
It is,
Yeah, it
definitely.
is. Yeah, now my brain is acting up. Why is it a week later? With the other folks, it was also around a week later after encountering something
I don't know.
malevolent.
I don't know.
Why
That's
not
the
right
craziest
away?
thing.
Why waiting?
Yeah. I think it's waiting for the perfect time when you're most vulnerable.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's something I don't dabble with. I don't have answers, but shout out to all the people that do the real demonologists and stuff out there that do that scary, work, because God, I can only imagine. That's that side of the field that I don't like messing with. And then you got people out here, these content creators, I'm not going to name any of them, but they're out there, using demon and chasing this shit, opening doobie boxes and stuff. It's like, bro, or doobie box, I don't know what it's called. You're going to open it one day and you're going to get something that you can't take back.
Yeah.
And that side of the field, even though they may not be affected by it immediately, that side of the field is very real. And I learned that. I never once disrespected that side of the field. I always had an open mind about it. I never had any experiences until that point. But now that I've experienced it, it's like And that was something like that you would see on a TV show or a movie. You know, it just didn't feel real, even in the moment.
Yeah, understandably. Yeah, there's a theory in my head about a Dybbuk box. I don't know. I don't believe in the fact that they captured something in there. It's an old box. There has been dust and mold growing in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been closed off completely, and you open it with your mouth above it. What do you expect is going to happen?
Whoa, yeah, that
There's
too.
some
Yeah,
toxic waste coming up. Seriously, you're
Yeah,
gonna make you sick.
the grave of the big king Tutankhamun is one of the beautiful evidence of the mold and the bacteria. Every single one who was in the grave died within, I think, weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all
So
because of the old mold, dust, and everything.
yeah,
It's
but
toxic
why?
waste what's coming out.
yeah.
But why do people, investigators, want to capture anything and put it in a box
Yeah,
Don't know.
if it's even possible?
I don't know.
I don't think it's
That's-
possible. They can walk through walls. Why will they?
Yeah, that's
stay in the
what I'm
box?
saying. How could it be bind to one thing? You know,
It's not gonna be. It's not possible.
to me, it's like, why are they hanging out at haunted locations too? Why aren't they hanging out in places like Disney World or something like that where people are completely vulnerable? That's
I
why I
think
keep
that has
myself
something.
closed off.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with the land they are on and what the things they that happened when they died. I think that's
Yeah,
something to do with that.
yeah, some
binding
don't
spot.
Yeah.
even realize they're dead, and they had a shitty life, and they're still shitty in that, not knowing they're passed away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you expect?
That's the thing too, and a lot of people, they call like these jails and prisons, the spirits, they're demons, and they're really not. They're just evil
No.
freaking people. If they were an asshole in life, they're gonna be an asshole in death. That's how it is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and you're dealing with the
Exactly.
most violent criminals, in some of these
Yeah.
locations, like
Yeah.
jails or prisons, those even asylums. It's intense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine.
Asylums. I think they're very frustrated more
Yeah, very.
by the fact that they're still there and nobody's there anymore.
Yeah, it's.
So, but they call them demons as well, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Yep. Everybody uses that, like, I don't know. Even religions and stuff, I've noticed they call anything paranormal like demonic.
yeah. That's the moment I click it away. Like, oh no, I wanna
Yep.
see this.
Same.
yeah,
Done.
yeah,
Next.
yeah. Exactly.
How I defeat the dark stuff, I can show you how I defeat the dark stuff. I'll share this video. Hopefully everybody likes this. This is hopefully if you wet your pants, hopefully you got your Depends on. There's some funny stuff in this one. So I'll get it up on the screen, and whenever y'all are ready, I'll play this thing away.
Yeah, you have to share it first.
Cool. Here we go. This is explicit content, so this is not safe for work. If you're currently working, put your headphones in.
Yeah, but you're not sharing screen. I don't see it. You're mocking me.
No, you don't see it. Hang on.
No.
1 second. Oh,
What?
I have to present it.
Yes.
1 second. There we go. So, explicit content warning. there's a specific scene. But
Yes. I have
you
to-
don't put me and Matt in a tunnel and expect us not to do anything crazy.
No, and we are not responsible for the language used and the cursing and whatever. So
And I'm not going to bleep it out.
This
no,
was
we're
all
not
done
doing it.
through our 2 times filming at Indiana State Sanatorium for the day room. Here we go.
Ah,
Can y'all see it?
yeah.
Cool. The look of defeat.
What do you need from the nurse's station today? think that you can just come down here and do whatever you want, boy? What are you doing over there, young lady? I'm gonna write this down. Hey, I heard she got a big booty. Ooh, big booty bitches. You're so weird.
Funny thing about this is Matt found that. It is just sitting in the back of that car.
It's my jam, yo.
No, God, please, no, 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 no!
In West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground where I spent my days. Chillin' on my grill, watching all full of man to some people outside of the school when a couple of guys were looking at me.
All right, so here we are at the haunted Indiana State Cemetery. Fuck.
I don't know the rest of the way that you're supposed to say. How in the hell did I get to Indiana State? Mom, I told you I was not coming here. I told you. Mom, I told you. Mom, what's wrong?
Of course, he gets stuck.
Are you kidding?
I didn't know there wasn't a door here.
You're fine, bro. Dude. Matt is seriously locked in. Where are we, Matt?
We're at the door.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's a bat. I got that on.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, the reason why we just started moaning in the tunnels is because there was this group that was specifically following us around, trying to ruin what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we beat them down to the tunnels. And we're gonna make them think we're something crazy is going on down here. I don't have it all because like the other file got corrupted. But we were down there making loud fart noises, and it would just echo through the tunnels. It was just hilarious.
I love it. I love it.
Immaturity.
I love it.
Yeah, you gotta have fun like that. I do
Yeah.
have one more funny video to kind of highlight, everything. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. You guys will love this one. This is actually Adam Kimmel's location. This was at Madison Seminary during
Oh my God.
Nice.
during the MadCon. And let me find it. Yeah, it's the vlog, so we'll just play the whole thing. It's only 8 minutes. While that plays, I'm gonna go do something real quick. But enjoy, everybody. Let me know if it's playing and you guys can hear it and see it.
What's
Yes,
going on,
it is.
everybody?
Okay,
We
cool.
are at you with
I will
a
be right
vlog today.
back.
We're headed to a little place called Madison Seminary for MadCon 7. So, yeah, waiting on Matt and Brittany to get here, and we're going to pull up on Tyler and Jess, and the shenanigans are going to start. Dude, bro, what you guys want to see the ghost? No, for real, though. Like, there's a ghost. Dude, bro. That.
Alright. I'm a big boy.
I'm not a boy. I don't identify as a boy.
Brittany's always there to be sarcastic.
And easy to jump scare.
Oh yeah, I think yeah, there's a jump scare in this one. Yeah, it's a good one. There's a couple, I think. Kind of fast forward through all the vloggy content and then get to the good stuff. Time for shenanigans. That's what everybody wants to see.
Yeah, it doesn't want you in there.
This is my favorite part.
It's the boy. How did I do? It's the boy.
I got it. I got the thing here.
Matt.
You guys just let him there.
Leave it alone.
Not a tumor.
Not a tumor. Not a tumor. Louder, Brittany, with aggression.
Make me a sandwich, Matt. Right now.
Yeah. What? No. Make me a sandwich.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the ugliest one of them all? You are.
Bro, is this the ghost of Mirror Demon? It's the demon. I just want to take some pictures.
Jeffrey Dahmer. I put Matt up to this. This one's my favorite one.
Georgie. Oh, hiya, pal. Come here. Come in my little room. I've got cotton candy in here. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I do.
Our tea party.
Would you like some tea and crumpets? It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Harry Potter.
Cheese, cheese.
We're drinking air at this point. This is a scare cam. This is actually a hole in the wall. Oh, a door.
Smoke came in and turns the balls off.
Same place. Yep. Then we go upstairs and we had like a necrophonic session and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think that's where that's where it ends. That one. But yeah, so I mean, you got to pump good energy into the atmosphere. You know, you got to have fun with it because the more positive energy you put into the atmosphere, the better it gets.
Definitely.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely,
definitely-
absolutely. What did Adam think of it doing this kind of stuff in medicine?
I'm not sure. I don't know if he saw it yet. I'm pretty sure he probably laughed at it. I mean, you got to get the spirits. You know, you got to give them their positive energy. You know, like they're more likely to interact with. Some be like, no, I don't want. I'm not about that. You know, some of them might be old and senile. They don't want to do none of that. But then they're like, wait a second, these guys are actually funny. And that's the funny thing, though. In the thing, they said we were funny on the Necrophonic app.
Yeah, it is very funny, and I'm not that great in German, but we had contact with some German guy, and I was talking about flickering lights, but here in the Netherlands, flickering is something like gayish.
Okay.
As you pronounce it on the right way. And I'm talking about I'm speaking English liquid and that kind of stuff. So you heard laughing through the spirit box, making fun of me, making fun of them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I love it. I love marking languages and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. And that's the thing too. Like over here, it's crazy how the spirit world understands different languages too, in a way.
Yeah.
Like we have the Native American culture over here, so it's just like sometimes we interact with that, and they the fact that they can still like interact is crazy.
It is definitely. But I always say the spirit world is universal.
Yeah, I agree.
They speak every language. Doesn't matter what language you speak. If I ask Dutch questions in America, I will get Dutch answers.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we have to do an experiment still with Tony and Sherry, and doing an active spirit session.
Yeah,
and we will talk some Dutch and see what language is coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. Using Staticon 3.0, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about the guys that were trying to ruin your investigation in the tunnel.
Yeah.
It made me think of an investigation I did in a bunker, a Second World War bunker. I did it with my team, and there were a lot of teenagers coming around.
Yeah.
It was a mess down there. It was graffiti everywhere, stuff on the floor. So we knew they were coming there to party. And we were in the bunker, but you have to walk in through a certain tunnel and then walk around. Then you have to enter the bunker, but you will not hear anybody in there. I heard them coming through the tunnel already. And I was like, okay, guys, shh, be quiet. Just don't say anything. Wait till they're inside and just say hi. I said nothing more than hi. They walked around the corner, was hi. And I left my asses off. They ended up investigating the paranormal with us, but it was funny as hell.
That's hilarious. Well, that's like Brittany.
Again, I will
literally like not even be trying to scare her and standing in a doorway and like coming out of a bathroom or like she'll walk by the door. She'll see. Ah!
Those are the funniest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm not that jumpy.
I'm not either. And I tell my friends, it's like, don't try to jump scare me because I'm more of a, stay and fight kind of guy. And I'm not responsible for anything that happens.
Yes. I do the same thing. I never fight, but if someone startles me, wham, I just smack them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me to stay on a safe distance.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Don't jump scare me. Because I can't scream. So what's the other thing I can do? Smack you. Yeah.
That will definitely happen.
We already talked about two teams who participated in things and Riverband and
Riverband, Indiana.
Now you have your own team.
Yep. So Paranormal Encounters has actually been around a while. Since about 2013, it started as an idea back when Blog Talk Radio was a thing where you call in and, do what we're doing now on the phone.
Yeah.
And that's where it originally started. And now it's just, this is my solo project. I allow other people, that want to investigate, come hang out, because sometimes with, like, in the past teams and stuff, I never had that freedom in a way. So I'm out doing, collaborations and stuff like that. So if anybody's ever interested, I'm always down. Like,
Yep. Another thing we have in common.
I like being my own person. I operate better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get a team together and work for a long term together and not having fights or ego jumping.
Right. There's always something. That's what I've noticed. That's why I've kind of stepped away being a part of a team. And it's just like, in the end, something always happens to cause separation, no matter what. And at that point, I was just like, after this last time, like my team, Paranormal Antics Research Team, we're still a team, but a lot of us kind of went our own separate ways. My life just took a turn to unexpected things, good things, but unexpected things. And I'm not able to be, active as a member of PART anymore or anything like that. So it just kind of, there's always a divide, whether good or bad, it's just like,
yeah,
I
just want to be in the field. I want to enjoy it,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Without the
like-minded
drama.
people. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the drama is acting up all around us.
Oh yeah. Somebody gets a little taste of success, and you have somebody that's so jealous of it over in the corner, and it's just like, be happy for people.
Exactly.
Life is short, Like at the end, it's not gonna fucking matter. We're all gonna end up in the same place, It's like, life's too short.
Exactly, and be happy for the other, and
for sure.
Yeah,
I got friends all over the paranormal that are doing big things, and it's amazing. And I've got friends that just started.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
we all have the same
We're
purpose.
all the same. Yeah, we have the same purpose.
Yep.
For the most part, except it's like the people jumping in our field thinking it's a money grab, but the
Yeah.
real paranormal investigators, we have the same purpose, and that is to document evidence.
Exactly.
Yeah, and finding answers and sharing things. Like Tony, he is sharing how he is creating his active white noise generator.
Isn't it crazy? That it's so intriguing.
Yeah, it is. It is. And some other guy who's also building equipment, he was pointing out you using a metal box, so it might be unnecessary to even use the white noise. So I thought, wow, that's interesting. Maybe he is connecting through the gables and the metal and creating some static noise, what they use to give answers. So very interesting. But by sharing the things, we all get
we all learn
knowledge.
from each other. And that's what I tell people all the time. It's just like, whether you've been in the field 30, 40 years, or you have, one day of experience in the field, we all can learn something from each other because everybody has a different approach and a unique, way of thinking.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
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 It is. It is. And my mind is most of the time all over the place. Just this
same.
afternoon.
Same.
Yeah. So
That's what we call ADHD.
Yep.
Yeah, they call it that, I think. But yeah, we were talking about some equipment, and I wanted to go back to basics. And while we were talking, I went all over the place. The Tesla coil, noise generator, but not only the white noise, but brown noise, different frequencies. Why not mix up? So that's how you try and get other evidence, because by using the same equipment as everyone else, you get to capture the same evidence, and we want to learn more, not the same thing.
Exactly. But therefore, I think if you go back to basics, which most of the people don't do anymore, I think you will have some new evidence again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You always got to switch it up too. Never do the same
Yep.
stuff over and over again. Because I mean,
No,
it's an
no.
evolving
That's
field.
boring.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And Rob Demarest also.
Shout out Rob.
Yeah, devil's advocate. And he's, he just suggested what is different when you have an interaction. What is changing in the environment? Is there more sulfur? Is there more oxygen? He got me thinking. I completely forgot the questions I had for him. Yeah.
That was his purpose.
Yeah, it is. It is. But those are interesting things.
Yeah.
Trying to find out what is different when is there a cold spot created and when a hot spot, are they coming in when there's a cold spot? Are they leaving when the temperature is going up? Or is it a different kind of spirit? But now I'm curious, what kind of equipment do you use when you go on?
Me, I'm very bare bones because at the end of the day, I always say your best piece of equipment is yourself. On top of that, I always have my handy dandy EDI Plus because that's the Swiss Army knife for the paranormal field. Like it has so many 5 different pieces of equipment, one little box, my digital voice recorder, and of course my camera and my lights so I can make the content. But I mean, to me, EVPs are my all-time favorite. When you captured a disembodied voice, I don't know what it is about it. That just it just fuels the fire.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty bare bones when I investigate, for the most part. I like using spirit boxes and stuff like that. ITC, REM pods are fun too. Yep. So
if you don't have a walkie in the area,
the what?
Yeah.
If you don't have a walkie in the area,
just scream.
If you try to contact,
oh yeah, it'll set everything off. It will. REM pods, K2s, EDI, it sets everything off. And there's been a lot of people that did ghost tours somewhere that do that, and it's just like, come on, like, it's crazy what that frequency does.
Absolutely.
Also, I do have to say, if you have a walkie and you have one pretty good one, where there's no other interference coming through, and that's something I had in the building once. That we were separated in 2 teams, and I was upstairs, the other team was downstairs, no interference whatsoever. We couldn't hear each other, and all of a sudden he started talking through my walkie. But I was in the middle of an EVP session. I was like, "Oh, why would you do that? I'm busy." That annoyed the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. So when he was done talking, I screamed down, "Can you shut up? I was doing an EVP session." Then I got the message back. I wasn't talking. Who are you talking to?
Yeah, talking through. Like, I've heard of that happen.
Excuse me?
Yeah. No,
that was the moment I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, we tried that at Middle Point School last July. Tyler ended up falling asleep. So he had it set up to where you could ask a question and it would like go through to the other walkie-talkie on the other side of the building on like a loop, and it would play it back or something. So I took the walkie-talkie. Tyler was snoring at this point, put it right by his mouth. That's all you could hear. You'd hear him snore in real time, and then it delays, and then you hear the walkie upstairs. So funny. And then the craziest thing happened. I'm not going to call it paranormal, but it is pretty coincidental. But me and Brittany, this is like 4:00 in the morning when this is going on. We're just pissing ourselves laughing because Tyler snores and there's a delay and you hear it up in the building. So we're trying to film it, and we start going up the stairs, and as soon as we get up the stairs, the panic alarm trips on the walkie-talkie, and nobody touched it. It scared the shit out of Tyler.
That is very interesting. Yes.
Yeah. It's like it knew what we were doing, and it wanted to end it. It's like,
damn.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah. I've seen audio where spirits talk through walkies. It's weird.
Yeah, also using cell phones.
Yeah.
So connecting those two, one on the in a closed room, go the other side of the building and talk through
Yep.
your phone, and you get answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
That's also very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, not claiming to be paranormal, but interesting.
Oh
and
yeah, it's definitely
probably
interesting.
something to look deeper in.
Right.
Definitely. Yeah.
I'm a party pooper. We are
Nice.
at the end of the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that went quick.
Yep.
Do you have any questions left, Shane? Before we
No,
go.
just by the last question. If people are willing to follow you, wanted to follow you, where can they follow you?
Well, good news. So if you kind of want to see like my personal life, like behind the scenes stuff outside of the paranormal field, this is for you. This is the Instagram, Ricky Hellard official. You probably can't see it, but you'll definitely know it's me. That's on Instagram and TikTok mainly. I do a lot of paranormal themed content, Pararealm Encounters, and then
Yes.
of course Facebook as well, Pararealm Encounters, and YouTube, Pararealm Encounters. So Instagram is the Pararealm, I think. So for the Pararealm Encounters. So pretty much all the platforms basically. So
Very
Same
cool.
like us. Same like us.
I will
Yep.
I will look them all up. I will send send a
sweet,
link
appreciate
in,
it. Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
in the
description.
chat.
Every follow is appreciated, and unlike a lot of social media creators and stuff, I follow back. So you follow me, I follow you. Help me grow, help you grow.
Yes. And the proof is here. He's following me as
Yeah.
well, and I follow him, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
But
cool.
one last question.
Sure.
Later on, I will talk to Jeremy.
Cool.
Can I convince you to come back to things?
I have to check the contract. I signed an NDA thing, so I don't know. If I can do some stuff with teams, I probably think about it for sure.
Perfect.
I just don't want to get in trouble with the network.
Understandably.
Yeah, understandably. And we're not confirmed.
But I'm always willing to collaborate too, so it'll
Yeah,
be like
of
as
course,
it is,
of course. So, Jeremy, sorry, I tried. And if you come back, you gotta go back. Don't be mad at me. I love you.
Yep. But I'm always down to work with everybody. So Jeremy knows that. You know, y'all know where to find me. So
Yes,
Yep.
they do. They do.
Yep.
So, we are closing up. We are back here next Wednesday, and
Yes.
we do a pre-record, but it will be airing the usual time, 9 o'clock, and we will be in the chat, and we will be talking to our Japanese friend and investigator and healer, Irene.
Irene,
Yes, Irene.
I love Irene.
Yes,
Yeah.
because 9 o'clock
awesome.
our time is around 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. in Japan. So that's why
She's
we
an early
do
riser, or she don't sleep. One of the two.
I'm pretty convinced she's a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
She
awesome.
never sleeps.
Definitely.
I love
Never
me some
sleeps.
Irene.
Yes, so she will be in next week, and the week
Cool.
after that, you have to wait because I will spoil it next week. So thank you all for watching.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes,
Thank you for coming on.
coming
Yep, no
on.
problem.
It will be a rerun on the Things Network, so it will be airing again when it's always a surprise. Jeremy's surprise and on LinkedIn, and it will be shared on TikTok and our YouTube, and that's about it. And Spotify, and Shane will give you a notification when it's on Spotify.
I will.
Yeah, so you can share out.
Yes.
So, thank you all for watching Microwave. See you next week.
Bye-bye,
Good one,
everybody.
everybody.
Thanks for watching. We hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe.